boat captains oftentimes receive hefty tips from the clients if they could put the divers on the whale shark. It could range from 50 lempiras to 100 lempiras to a couple hundred lempiras per person on the boat. So, you know, for a young captain to be out there with 15 divers and receive 100 lempiras from diver, that's a lot of money. So of course there's aggressiveness.
It's not like it's a big amount that we ask for here on the island, but and then we also go there. It's part of our time. Then also we get in later, you know, and it's like most people appreciate for what you do for them. Like some days you might not get lunch and you have to go out also right back because you're late from being on a whale shark and stuff. And people understand that, and yeah, they tip. They help you out with a little bit, but it's normally was like, what, and even $5 we ask, you know. And then here it's like, if you don't see it and we waste our time, you still don't get tipped for it unless we show you the shark, you tip us, you know. And it's, in a way, we end up winning, and another way, some days you end up losing, so it's fair, you know.
I should hope that the dive shops will be able to get together and be able to control this matter, as it is to everyone's interest to ensure the well-being of the whale shark.
They should do it one boat at a time, you know, keep it that way, not all boats rushing in. You avoid accidents and stuff also like that, you know. I've seen people going very close to hitting other people, you know. You're on a whale shark taking your time with your people, trying to not make it a rush, because people are on a vacation here.
Dive operators have in the past been criticised for overwhelming the shark and scaring it away by the actions of their divers and captains.
Yeah, I had people like get so excited after you telling them to not jump off the side, they just, and the whale shark is right there, you know, vertical on the side of the boat, they jump right on the side of it.
A shark spends most of its life roaming the barren seas. It must be both scary and alarming to be suddenly confronted by boatloads of eager snorkelers hoping for a glance. Several years ago, measures were implemented to ensure a safer experience for both the shark and the snorkelers. All dive operators' boats are staffed by qualified first aiders and dive guides. There is a maximum limit of 8 people in the water at any one time, keeping a safe distance from the shark.
You gotta organize the people on board, you know. Before you get there and you spotted something, you gotta let people know that you can start getting ready, you know, and you gotta let them know what they can't do and what they can do, you know, and please not try and touch the whale shark. It's like on my boat, I don't allow people to jump off the side, you know. I prefer them to jump off the bike, that the boat is just in neutral and drifting forward and everybody's getting left behind away from the boat, you know. That way avoid accidents, you know.
We saw a really, really big one. That actually turned around that
and
he came towards us.
Straight up to us.
So,
to the point where I had to move away. Like, he came like this close to me, and I immediately went to the top of the water because I was quite scared.
There's something scary about being in the water as well. You know, like, it's not like you're in Africa and you're looking at a lion in a, you know, safari park from the safety of a, you know, Land Rover. You're actually in the middle of the water and you're completely exposed. You don't know what else is in there.
And you're not scared that he'll eat you, but you're scared that he'll knock you out somehow because they're just so big.
Yeah.
They can't swallow a person. Their mouth will be about 4 feet diameter on an adult. Their throat's going to be about that big.
Only then do you realize just how big he is, and like just being beside him, you could feel his fins and his tail like sweeping across, and it was really cool.
His tail hit you, didn't it?
Yeah, it hit me on the shoulder. Technically, you're not allowed to touch them, so I didn't touch it, but I was swimming next to him, and he sort of gave me a little fin slap.
I don't think it's right for the divers to go and ride him, because eventually he won't come back.
Don't touch the whale shark, because they're not there for our amusement.
You did not touch him.
We did not touch him.
We did not touch him.
No, he touched them. Yes.
One, two, three, out!
I can remember the first time I'd seen the whale shark, and it was fishing with my dad, you know, from the boat. just with a whale shark vertical on a very, very calm day. And it was something that I'll never forget as long as I live.
First time we got in, the whale shark was completely vertical in the water eating, face to face with the biggest creature I've ever seen. It was unbelievable.
Once I had this resort diver, I want to see the shark, I want to see the shark, and the shark swam right towards her in her face and just stopped and backed away and swam away. It swam away, she kept hollering and hollering like, woo, excited, and I was like, okay, she had a good time,
And you can't get closer than we did. He'd have to eat us for us to be any closer.
I get on top and I'm like, it's there, go over here, Some people don't know where it's gone, and then you pointing and they swim over there and then they end up seeing it also,
It's a lot more of the anticipation of, you see the boiling of fish, and it drums up the adrenaline, and you get in line, and the dive masters tell you, when we see it, make sure you slip in very gently so that you don't scare the fish away, and we'll try to get you in close.
We're completely on top of him, swimming with him. He wasn't going fast, just taking his time.
For me, it made me feel very small. Like, this is something so big and I'm so small. It just was like magic.
It's the first one they had ever seen. Okay, and they were like, oh, God is sending us a sign.
Nobody's gonna never believe what I seen, such a big whale sharks I seen, bigger than the boat.
It was amazing. Yeah.
And you saw the whole profile of the fish, so it was just great.
It made everything worthwhile the whole week.
Yes.
They want to see it again, they want to do it again, like they can't get enough after, and then following day they also want to do it again. It's like, you just want to keep doing it over and over,
Apart from the environmental aspects of protecting these magnificent creatures, there is another reason to help. They are economically valuable, and not just for fisheries.
Most of where whale sharks are seen across the world are in third world country areas. It is a way that it can bring a lot of tourist money into those areas.
There is an ever-increasing tourism boom associated with whale sharks worldwide, which has been estimated at potentially over $66 million per year.
Protection is for reefs are essential because the heart of our economy is dependent on the reefs. The reefs are the heartbeat of our economy. And it's imperative, it's important that it be protected.
So will the island habitat be able to survive the rapid expansion of its population? Will the tourists still come to the reef when there are no longer any fish? The island's waters can no longer sustain intense fishing, but the fishermen still need to feed their families. Hopefully the community and the dive industry as a whole can find a balance that safeguards not only their future, but that of future generations. The whale shark is an incredible animal. You can have the closest encounter with the largest fish in the sea, knowing that it won't do you any harm. And that is amazing.
I hope you put this on TV. Put it on HQ.